Welcome to the groundbreaking of Braidy Industries. I am Tim Gibbs. I'm the president and the CEO of the Ashland Alliance. Today is a significant step in the reawakening of Northeast Kentucky. Today we celebrate the addition of hope and opportunity for generations to come. Today we also highlight the collective strengths this community has always had when we work together. Just as this site sits along two county lines, we have collectively have a stronger future together. United we stand, divided we fall. Today means something more than the hope you're going to hear about from this stage today. Today the clouds will part. The thought that this community cannot win and the angst of the economic decline in Appalachia and this region is over, and it ends today. All right. Braidy Industries started off as an economic project from the Cabinet for Economic Development. The amount of faith, hard work, partnership to be successful in being selected for this project of this type will change this community and its future forever. Before I move on to the introduction of the Master of Ceremonies, I want to take a moment and say thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone that's had a role in this day. From the Braidy team, from Craig Bouchard, to our elected officials, to my board members and my staff of the Ashland Alliance, because collectively we can do great things. I have the special honor of introducing Chief Operating Officer of Braidy Industries, Brigadier General Blaine Holt. It's not every day that I have the pleasure of introducing a Brigadier General, but Blaine Holt is much more than his well-earned rank. He's been a champion of making Braidy Driven a reality. His leadership and commitment has been felt by all. Blaine and his wife Gina made this community their home, and they welcomed us into their life. General Holt has served for more than 27 years in the United States Air Force. He was a rated pilot flying multiple aircraft throughout his distinguished career. He led airmen around the globe on missions vital to our national security. Additionally, he served in various foreign roles and policy roles, accumulating in his service as the Deputy Military Representative to NATO. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome General Holt.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great day it is in Ashland, Kentucky. I see no clouds here today. I am thrilled to have the role to guide you through the program today, and we have a treat for you, and we are just going to have special moments all day long and into the night. But please join as we celebrate today one family. To begin our celebration, will all our guests please rise and remain standing through the Invocation, National Anthem, and My Old Kentucky Home. Steve Barfield is the owner and operator of the Ashland Chick-fil-A and has served more than 13 years as an Air Force chaplain. He's my fellow airman. We are pleased to have Chaplain Barfield with us to offer an invocation and a prayer of thanks.
I invite you to pray with me. Gracious God, redemption is a beautiful thing. This land that we break today was used in the past for a season of production. But now something beautiful will rise up on land that seemed forgotten, as this land is being redeemed for a greater long-term purpose. We are humbled because most of us could not envision this day while in the midst of our economic storms. But you move in mysterious ways. Our lives and community will be changed for generations to come because of this day. We are humbled, we are grateful that the Braidy Industries has chosen to make the greatest aluminum in the world here in Ashland, Kentucky. We thank you for the leadership and foresight of all who have worked so diligently to bring Braidy to this plot of land and this moment in time. Thank you for the Braidy Industries family and the tremendous vision, courage, and generosity that they have displayed. Continue to guide them, strengthen them, protect them, and give them abundant success in the days ahead. We ask that you bless this ceremony and all who have come to celebrate. May we be both inspired and humbled by the events of today. We pray in your most holy name. Amen.
Thanks very much, Steve. Color Guard, parade the colors. I have the distinct honor to introduce Marlana Van Hoos. Marlana arrived on the world stage in 2012 when a video of her singing the national anthem at the UK women's basketball game went viral on YouTube. Since then, she has performed at Carnegie Hall, the NBA Finals, the National Cathedral, and the Lincoln Memorial, and so much more. In 2015, she was named the AMG Heritage Youth Artist of the Year. And most importantly, she is a commissioned Kentucky Colonel. We are honored to have her here with us today to perform the national anthem and My Old Kentucky Home. Please join me in a warm welcome for Marlana Van Hoos.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Amazing. We would like to honor you with just a small token of our appreciation. Oh, she's gonna. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's Marlena, by the way.
Yep. The general just got told. Ladies and gentlemen, My Old Kentucky Home.
Our state anthem. The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home. For my old Kentucky home, far away, so far away. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very beautiful. Thank you. Apologies, I'm still learning to become a true Kentuckian, and I'll keep working on that. That's why I'm not a Kentucky colonel yet. Color guard, retire the colors. Oh, yes, color guard, retire the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our first speaker needs no introduction to this group, and I'm proud to call him my friend. Judge Bobby Carpenter is a rock in this community. There are many reasons why we are here today, and I can tell you firsthand that Judge Carpenter is one of the major reasons. The people of northeastern Kentucky have no bigger cheerleader or advocate than Bobby Carpenter. Bobby has been the Greenup Judge Executive since 1994 and extended his career to ensure Braidy and northeastern Kentucky accomplished this new beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Bobby.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. As County Judge Executive of Greenup County, it's my pleasure to represent the citizens of Greenup County and all of northeastern Kentucky. Thanking you, Mr. Craig Bouchard, for selecting us to build the greatest aluminum plant in the world. We welcome you and the entire Braidy family to our community with open arms. You all are a part of our family now. Governor Bevin, I want to thank him for bringing us Mr. Bouchard and this great company. Mr. Bouchard, on behalf of the citizens of Greenup County and all of northeastern Kentucky, we're going to prove to you and the entire world that you were correct in selecting us. Our people, they're hardworking. Our people are hardworking. They're smart, loyal, and dependable. We would be the greatest asset any company could ask for. Together, we're going to make Braidy Industries a worldwide success. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Judge. Judge Stephen Toller, Boyd County Judge Executive since 2015, has been a Boyd County resident for more than 50 years and played a key role in education here for 35 of those years. Judge Toller certainly has seen and lived the trials and tribulations that come from northeastern Kentucky. Always an optimist, I can attest to. His only question when Braidy came calling was, how can I help? I can also tell you personally that one of the reasons that we're standing here today on this piece of land is because of this man's leadership. And without further ado, Judge Stephen Toller.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to currently serve as the Judge Executive in Boyd County. And on behalf of the 48,000 plus citizens, we thank you for your attendance to this momentous occasion. Boyd County and Greenup County property lines meander through this Braidy property. Carter County also has some property in this East Park, and as you know, 5 counties are involved with East Park. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to the groundbreaking of Braidy Industries. I can't think of a better thing to be doing on June 1, 2018. Boyd County has worked with Greenup County and the surrounding counties in northeast Kentucky for many years. In 1921, a few miles from here, Armco Steel, later AK Steel, purchased 700 plus acres on the banks of the Ohio River in a shared property arrangement with Boyd and Greenup County for the development of a steel mill that would be an integral part of our community for almost 100 years. They were truly a part of this community. They provided jobs to individuals who supported families, and between 4,000 and 5,000 employees were used by Armco in their peak years. Now, in 2018, we have Braidy Industries. What a promise we believe they bring to our community. Approximately 600 plus very good jobs will be here soon. The promise of satellite companies who will support the Braidy effort and be a part of our community as well. Craig Bouchard, Blaine Holt, and all the other fine Braidy industry folks, we welcome you to Northeast Kentucky. We know our relationship will do nothing but grow. We know great things are coming. Welcome, Braidy. We wish your company every success in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Judge. Dr. Jay Box was named the second president of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System on November 19, 2014. He is a community college graduate and has more than 30 years' experience in community college leadership. Dr. Box has a history of leadership in Kentucky, having served as the president of Hazard Community and Technical College from 2002 to 2007, followed by being named the TCS Vice President. In 2009, he was named the Chancellor and served in that role until being selected President of the system. Dr. Box and his team have been superb partners with Braidy, and our new 2-year program, which will be hosted right over there at that beautiful facility, ACTC, is the cornerstone of building a world-class workforce, state-of-the-art equipment. Please welcome a great friend of Braidy and Kentucky, Dr. Jay Box.
Thank you, General. Good afternoon. It's great to be here. It really is. This is an exciting day here in Northeast Kentucky region, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. With today's groundbreaking, Braidy Industries is taking the first step toward transforming this economy that all of us know has struggled for many years and has had the loss of many jobs. But I want to thank Craig Bouchard, a good friend, for choosing Kentucky and for choosing this area of the state for his new business investment. Craig, you made a great choice. And I also want to thank Governor Bevin. Governor Bevin has been just great in bringing this company here, and also in his tenacity in bringing this and other new businesses to Kentucky. I know a lot of folks also in this community had played a role in bringing Braidy Industries to the Ashland area. So kudos to you for being so important to this area and creating jobs. Speaking of the governor, let's give him a big welcome right now. Speaking of new jobs, I'm so pleased that Ashland Community and Technical College will be a significant partner in educating folks for these new jobs here at Braidy. I'm proud of the work that the college has done under its leadership of Dr. Kay Atkins, who is retiring, and for Ashland's Community and Technical College's efforts in developing a new curriculum that meets Brady's needs. I know having this college as your neighbor, Craig, will make it easy for your prospective and incumbent workers to get the education they need to be productive employees for Brady. As most of you know, ACTC is one of the 16 colleges of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System, known as KCTCS. We are the state's largest provider of post-secondary, online, and workforce education, serving more than 107,000 students annually. KCTCS is the lowest cost higher ed provider in the Commonwealth, less than half the cost of our four-year universities. A college credential, and not necessarily a bachelor's degree, is required for most of the jobs, and that will continue to be the reality. KCTCS is working with communities all across Kentucky to better educate students, not just for good jobs, but for long-term, meaningful careers. For example, KCTCS awards 87% of all associate degrees in nursing and allied health. We educate 82% of the state's skilled trade workers. We award 98% of all short-term certificates, some of which can be completed in as little as 4 months and lead to jobs that pay as much as $60,000. Through the state's Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, we're able to offer our students certificates in 5 high-demand fields. With the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarships, students can earn up to 32 hours without paying 1 dime for tuition. Thank you, Governor, for making this possible. At KCTCS, our mission is to improve the quality of life and employability of Kentuckians. KCTCS and ACTC are committed to bringing real value to our students' college investment by providing relevant coursework that leads to jobs in their area. Our partnership with Brady is only one example of this. We have partnerships with businesses all across the state who are depending on us to address Kentucky's skilled workforce shortage that has been limiting the state's ability to attract companies like Brady that can provide people with high-paying jobs. And we are working diligently to fill the workforce need. Over the last 3 years, KCTCS has expanded our programming in our technical programs across the state. It has paid off. This past year, we hit an all-time high in the number of graduates in short-term technical credentials, and also in the number of associate degrees awarded. And most importantly, our graduates who are seeking immediate employment have jobs waiting on them. Because of our 73 campus locations across the state, we are uniquely positioned to be the solution to Kentucky's workforce problems. We are committed to putting a better life within reach of every Kentuckian because we believe that providing a better life for our graduates will lead to a better Kentucky. Thanks for having me here today to be a part of this celebration, and thanks again to Craig Bouchard and Braidy Industries for their trust and faith in Kentucky, KCTCS, and ACTC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Box. Matthew Satterwhite is the President and Chief Operating Officer for Kentucky Power. As President, he oversees the distribution operations serving 169,000 customers in eastern Kentucky, as well as the operating unit's safety, customer services, marketing, communications, community affairs, governmental affairs, and regulatory functions. Matt's leadership and can-do spirit was a major factor in our decision to come to Kentucky. He is a true friend of Brady, and he's a true friend of northeastern Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Matt Satterwhite.
Thank you, and congratulations to Craig. You've really assembled quite a team here, and they're already leading in the community. Really appreciate it. So to all the Brady folks out there, the employees, really appreciate all the work that you're doing. When I came here, though, I was told this was a one-family event, and in Eastern Kentucky, we're kind of hard on our family members. We like to roast them a little bit, and I haven't heard anything like that today yet. So let's get started on some of the real family events that we have around here. It's hard to believe it was about almost a year and a half ago when Craig and the team first landed here on a foggy morning where we could barely see each other across the field. And it seems like within a month of that, I was talking to Craig on the phone every day. We were traveling literally all over the world to sell Eastern Kentucky. Julie was already telling me what to do every day to make sure the plans were exactly how they needed to be. It was a really good time. And what I found in Craig right away was sort of a brainstorming buddy. At work, we have a rule. People can raise their hand and tell me when to stop brainstorming so we can actually get stuff done. When I'm with Craig, we just brainstorm. We just solve all the world's problems. I love seeing the call come in from Craig because I pick up the phone and I say hello, and he goes, Matt, I've got an idea. Let me finish. I think this could really work. And we talk for like an hour on what could possibly happen. And this isn't stuff deal just with this site. Everything you see here on this site is like 5% of what Craig's thinking about for Eastern Kentucky. I mean, the vision is much larger. This one family is one family from Hazard, Whitesburg, all the way in Eastern Kentucky is the vision that we have here, what we're going to build in Eastern Kentucky. And that's the one family theme that I really took from what we're doing here and what we're going to build in Eastern Kentucky. Brady driven is kind of the theme overall for Braidy Industries. And to me, Brady driven means excellence in everything that you do and pushing the naysayers to the side and not really worrying about what they're talking about. A Brady driven person, they don't hear, okay, there's going to be an entire building here. Yeah, is that really going to happen? How are we going to do that stuff? A Brady driven person says, why not here? Why not now? We're going to get this stuff done. And that's the leadership we need in Eastern Kentucky to bring us back to diversify the economy. And we have another partner now in Craig to make sure that's going to get done. And trust me, it's beyond my service territory. It's beyond this area. There's lots of things, lots of ideas that we have up in the air that we think we can really do to make Eastern Kentucky, just amazing in a new diverse economy. The other partner we have is the governor. I like to tease the governor from time to time because he'll never answer this question. But, I always ask him, what's your favorite part of the state? What people do you like the most in the Commonwealth of Kentucky? And he turns and talks to somebody else usually when I ask that question. But I've literally been with the governor in the White House offices, talking to cabinet secretaries he's brought from Washington to Frankfurt to see us, aerospace executives from all over the world. And the governor talks about Eastern Kentucky and the untapped potential that we have here with a glimmer in his eye. I know exactly who his favorite kid is in Kentucky. It's Eastern Kentucky. We want... But we have to have that passion in Eastern Kentucky. We have to be one family, the entire region. There can't be county lines. There can't be city lines. There can't be any of that. We all have to work together. We have the workforce study to show that we have the most available skilled workers really in the country. We have everything we need, and we got to brag about it. We got to talk about it, not hang our heads to say, oh, there's this problem, or hey, this political issue of today has people talking about this. Forget it. Eastern Kentucky has to get together and talk about how great we are. And the people up on stage here, the judge executives, the governor, Craig, are all working together for that exact same thing to make Eastern Kentucky really a leader, an economic leader in the Commonwealth and an economic leader in the country. So that's where we're heading right now. And I'm proud to be just a small part of that. At Kentucky Power, a lot of people ask me all the time, why are you so passionate and why do you work so much on economic development? And usually my response to them is, why aren't you working on economic development? What are you doing? Because we all are responsible for this. We have two choices. We can sit and let things happen to us and be a victim, or we can develop a plan, brainstorm, bring in companies like Braidy and others and build up Eastern Kentucky. And that's the responsibility of all of us to do that. From utility, obviously there's fixed costs that we have to cover. And the more customers we have and the more people that we bring home from out of state and the more big companies that we have, it helps spread those costs and helps all of us and all the programs that we have with the hospitals and social services and everything. Building the region up again is what we have to do. And this is a groundbreaking really for the resurgence of Eastern Kentucky. So I'm proud to be a part of that. The rest of the one family, I guess what I'll say is, as I said before, there's no Pikeville, there's no Hazard, there's no Ashland. We're all the one family that we have here today. You know, the judge executives you see up here today, whatever work you think they did, like quadruple it, at least. That's the amount of work it takes every day, focusing every decision you make. How is this going to impact building our region? And that's what the people up on this stage, the partnership, have done. And it's not just the government side, the private side. Ashland Alliance and Tim Gibbs, Chuck Sexton's out in the audience for One East Kentucky. These different economic groups are working together as well to build the entire region. But enough of my soapbox. Today is a celebration for Craig Bouchard, who I find has become a great friend of mine. And I look forward to those calls where you have another crazy idea. And I feel sorry and I apologize to both of our staffs because I know when we talk, they fear of, oh no, what impossible mission are we going to be given today? And I give an update in 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 4 weeks. So thanks for being here. Thanks for the groundbreaking and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Matt. As you know, we're a very vet-friendly company as well, and it's my great pleasure today to introduce to you Lieutenant General David Hogue. He's had a distinguished career with the U.S. Army. He's commanded units from the company level up to general officer. His final command assignment was as a commanding general of U.S. Army forces in Africa. Selected for his third star, he was then assigned to the U.S. as the U.S. military representative to NATO, where his leadership resulted in a more unified alliance in our transition of security priorities from the Middle East to Eastern Europe. General Hogue, I can promise you, is the leader that every soldier wants to follow, and I will personally tell you every airman as well. He is with his family now, and they live in Kansas, where he continues his mission as an advocate for veterans across the country. And sir, before I hand you the microphone, I want you to know that the team that I get to serve with every day here at Braidy is just in that elite category that you're used to working with and that you've recruited everywhere you go. And I think you'd feel very at home with the Brady-driven team that we've assembled here in our Veloxant team. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my profound honor to welcome Lieutenant General David Hogue.
Wow, what a great day. I kind of feel like the token outsider, but after coming here, I feel part of the family already. And it's a pleasure to be here. I want to thank Craig. I want to thank Craig and Braidy Industries for inviting me out here and having the honor to participate in this groundbreaking ceremony. And of course, Blano, I'll talk a little bit more about Blano later. But anyways, thank you so much. I'll use an old African saying that says all protocols observed. That means you don't have to recognize anybody, but they acknowledge the fact that you would have recognized them if you did. So we'll leave it at that. Now, as Blano said, I am living and retired in Kansas. The truth of the matter is I've been a refugee my whole life, growing up in the military as a military brat, and then 34 and a half years moving around the country and the world. We settled in the Kansas area just because family was there, oldest kid and grandkids, and so we wanted to be close to family. And so coming here and into Ashland and seeing the one family, the Braidy family, the industry here is actually very heartwarming and very, very, very cool. So you know, truth in advertising, I started my military career in Kentucky as a second lieutenant armor officer at Fort Knox. And I will tell you, the armor community cried simultaneously when they moved the armor center to that other place across the state line. So we'll leave it at that, okay? Seeing all the judges here, I was kind of getting a little worried because I was pretty sure I didn't have any outstanding warrants, but I'll have to go back and check. But for the 3 judges I've met so far as I know, I'm still clean, okay? Okay. So 3 things I want to bring up today. Number one, as Blaine already mentioned, this is a vet-friendly company, industry. And that's huge for our veterans. There's a lot of talent out there in our military services. And as our veterans transition, they're looking to put their talents, their leadership, and their experience to good work. And this is what Braidy Industry offers. And so 3 of the vets here that I know personally, we actually served together on our last duty assignments. Of course, Brigadier General Blaine Holt, Blano, as we all know him. Dave Shealy, Navy guy, go figure. And then Kurt Carson, an Army guy. So you got pretty much all the flavors here. We just probably have to look for a Marine. But, you know, they're always looking for a few good men, right? Okay, I strike that. Strike that. So being friendly and hiring the vets is good for our country and it's good for our military, and more importantly, it's great for this community here in Ashland. The second piece is that you're developing here a green industry. That's important. But even more so, you are advancing the technology of aluminum production. And that aluminum production will not only have an impact here as far as jobs, but as far as the industries across the United States, to include defense industries. It's absolutely huge when you look at the future technologies. And it will also have an international implication. And that is, Craig, that is absolutely wonderful. And it says a lot about your vision and your future for this area and for this company. It also meets what your governor put in as his vision. If you ever go on his webpage and read the vision, it's about bringing industry and a future into the state of Kentucky. And Governor, I think you're doing that very well. Even though I live in Kansas, I can say I'm very proud to be here to say that. And then the third and last point I'd like to make is, we talked about this production of aluminum, the future, but you know what? It's American-made aluminum, and it's American-made aluminum in Eastern Kentucky. Congratulations.
Thanks, General. It's always a pleasure to introduce your boss, and now I will introduce my current boss. But Craig Bouchard is much more than my boss. He is a visionary leader who believes in America, and he believes in Northeastern Kentucky, and he believes in the American worker. Craig has a broad background in the metals industry. He has served as the CEO of multiple companies, a New York Times best-selling author, a renowned finance wizard, and importantly, very importantly, an incredible family man and father of our company's namesake, Braidy. I will also tell you that he is a great business professor, and he leads this team in lessons that we are benefiting from a career of business leadership, and it is my profound honor to introduce to you our Chief Executive Officer, Craig Bouchard.
Wow. I can't tell you how beautiful you all look. So I'd like to start off with some thank yous and then tell you a little bit about the company. I won't bore you, and what it takes to succeed. But first I want to start off by thanking God and each and every one of you for coming out here today. I truly believe that each and every one of you are more important to me to this process. You are Northeast Kentucky. You're all of Kentucky. And that's what it's about. It's going to take all of us to make this the huge success that we have the potential of creating. I invite you on our team, and I am so happy to see this incredible crowd here. So thank you. Secondly, I have a lot of thank yous. So I want to thank our governor. I can tell you without any question that we are here because of his persistence, his incredible intellect, and his warm welcome of us, and the specific nudge that he gave me to come and take a look at this great place. The governor is an incredible family man. He's someone we can all learn from about family. He's also the best governor in the United States. And he's my friend. And so, Governor, thank you. I would like to thank my family, my wife, Melissa, right over here. Next to Melissa, my son, Justin. Next to Justin, my daughter, Shale. Raise your hand, Shale, so everybody knows who you are. And Brady, right here on the stage. You know, family is what it's about. Here in this area, I just see the strength of these families. I can tell you that without my family, my ability to make a difference in this world goes to zero. With my family, I believe I can do anything. And I see that all over this place that has given us such a warm welcome. It is about family. So to my family, thank you. I also want to thank everybody on this stage. I mean, the judges, Judge Carpenter, who was standing in that fog the minute we appeared, and people in the audience. You know, I keep saying this, and I want everybody to really understand it, and I want them to believe it. The day of partisan politics is long ago yesterday stuff. I can tell you that our company needs every Democrat, every Republican, every conservative, every liberal, every policeman, fireman, and teacher, every local businessman. We need every grandmother and every grandfather, and we need every single kid working on our team. If we can get that, we cannot fail. It is not possible to fail. We got to do this together. In our theme as a company of one family is a really truly heartfelt belief inside our company. Now, with respect to out here, just a few things I'd like everybody to know. I'm very proud of it. Way down there, that far building down there, we bought that on Friday. That's going to be the home to metallurgical and maintenance teams for the mill. You are sitting right behind a company or a building that we bought just this past Friday. And this will be the home to our ultra-high strength alloy company, Veloxant. They will begin hiring people into this building this year. The spec building that we purchased as we bought East Park is right down there. That will be the home of our life sciences building, where we will have fitness for body and for soul. We're a faith-based organization. We will have doctors and nurses and therapists in that building. The Life Center will have a daycare center, and it will be where we groom people to be healthy and happy while they're working their butts off for us. So right at the end down there is our training center, ACTC. I mean, how lucky are we? The state and its Board of Regents certified our 2-year degree program. Dr. Box, thank you so much. Dr. Atkins, Larry, I mean, there's a whole team throughout the state that helped, and we have a 2-year degree. Kids or veterans or people that want to be retooled can go through there, earn a B average, be drug-free every step of the way, which we're going to make happen. And they graduate directly into our mill after 3 internships with a minimum $65,000 salary and a bonus. Okay. So, you know, here's what I say about that. You know, I grew up in Kansas City and just on a block with a bunch of people, none of whom were, I didn't know the politics of one person on my block when I grew up. And I grew up in sort of the old-fashioned place, where families grew up, we helped each other. Every neighbor helped each other. That's what I see here. And our kids, 7 in my family, and all of the kids on the block, we grew up with a chance to go to school, get an education, come out, get a job, have a family, drink beer, watch TV, watch our football teams, and everything else on TV without a college loan, have our families, and make a great future for our kids and our grandkids. And as a country, we have to get back to that. And that's what we're doing, starting right over there in that building, ACTC. We're going to groom our employees, and they're going to come out of there ready to enjoy their careers and succeed. So, just a little bit about the company. I won't talk too much about the company, but you know, here's what I believe. First, our mission is not to make aluminum. Our mission is to rebuild Northeast Kentucky, and in fact all of Appalachia and other parts of Kentucky, with advanced technology. We're going to rebuild the place with advanced technology. Think about these buildings we already own. All of this out here, 40 acres, all of this will be under one roof. With 600 employees, only 600 employees, most of them carrying iPads. with robots flying through the place, artificial intelligence everywhere, $580 million of brand new equipment spec'd into that building, being prepared as we speak and designed. But you know what? The company is not about any of that. Companies are about people and culture. Culture kills everything in business. You have the right culture, you kill everybody. Right? Our culture is honor, respect, community, helping each other, education, and working as a team with everyone that lives within miles and miles and miles of here. Right? You can't have a great company without a great culture. You can't have a great culture without building a culture in the community. Look, we got to all get together. We'll take a leadership role. We got to fight this opioid crisis. We're going to fight the hell out of that. That's going away. Right? How does it go away? It goes away through the family, through faith, by working together and creating opportunities. So kids say, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? I'm working over in there. I'm not doing that. That's what we have to build. But we got to do that together. Our company can't succeed without the greatest culture. And I say that with the following in mind. Here today we have some of our future customers. They're sitting in this audience. They're fantastic companies. We have other companies sitting here today that are negotiating and discussing with us building companies right around us. Our 600 jobs, I'm very hopeful, turns into 3,000 jobs. It'll take a little while, but I'm not talking about 10 years from now. We are talking about now. It's about time in Eastern Kentucky people started talking now, right? I've heard all the stuff, 30 years of tough times and blah, blah, blah. I've heard all that stuff. I don't buy any of it anymore. The time to go up is right now. And we need all of your help. And if you help, we are going up. We are going up. Our mill is sold out, all of its productive capacity for the first 7 years of existence is already sold out. We have recruited and have a lot of new recruits coming in fairly shortly, some of the best people in industry. They have picked up their families. They've moved to Ashland, Kentucky. They're here, and they're going to keep coming. We're going to keep buying more property because we need more land for these companies who are talking to us. And believe me, all of this land is way undervalued. Where you live, whatever the price of your home is, it is way undervalued. So let's work together and get it to the right value. Right? So with that, it's just my heartfelt thanks. We had 24 locations that pitched us, that bid for our project. We had selected one of the next door states that's pretty good in basketball. Governor Bevin changed that. The welcome that our employees have received, and by the way, all of the people that work so hard out here to make all this happen, from protection to building it to recording it, my assistant Julie, who keeps calling me at 2 in the morning, cut that out, Julie, cut that out. It's just incredible to me. Thank you for the welcome. And my last statement is, I am so happy to be speaking before the governor, because coming after him would be a really difficult chore. Thank you.
Hey, Craig.
Governor Matt Bevin was elected the 62nd governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky in 2015. He is a husband, father of 9 children, a fellow veteran, and successful small business owner. Growing up, Governor Bevin and his family of 8 lived in an old farmhouse, sharing 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. The humble home stood on a farm where the family raised crops and livestock, instilling in their children a strong work ethic and solid Christian values. The governor later attended Washington and Lee University, followed by service in the United States Army. After his military service, Governor Bevin worked for many years in the financial industry and founded several companies in Kentucky and invested in a number of others in the Commonwealth and across America. His businesses have created many well-paying jobs for hardworking Americans. In his first term as governor, he is showing an unwavering commitment to fiscal responsibility, working tirelessly to strengthen and stabilize Kentucky's financial foundation and future. Through initiatives like red tape reduction and Kentucky Trained, Kentucky Built, he is working to help Kentucky become the hub of excellence in engineering and manufacturing in America. Governor Bevin is committed to investing in education and workforce development, as you see here, reforming foster care and adoption, creating a healthier Kentucky, and creating open and transparent governor. It is my high honor and privilege to introduce Governor Matt Bevin.
Thank you all. What a great day to be in Kentucky, isn't it? Awesome. I mean, really and truly, how blessed we are. We've got the flags furling, streamers streaming, balloons bobbing, ferns flowing. I'm running out of alliterative comments to make, but this is indeed the day that the Lord has made, and we have much to rejoice in. We truly do. I'm so grateful to Craig. I'm grateful for his vision. I'm grateful to all the men and women on this stage and so many others that have been involved in helping to make this day a reality. There's a lot of poo-pooers, a lot of people who have been from the beginning suspicious of, working against, frankly, undermining, belittling, trying to find fault in all the fantastic things that are happening on the tens of acres around us and behind us. Matt's comment about, governors always being asked, where's your favorite place? That is true. It's like asking me who my favorite basketball team is. There's a lot of those questions you get. What's my favorite bourbon? I mean, all these things. They're no-win questions in many respects. But I will say this. When I talk about Kentucky, period, but when I talk about eastern Kentucky, and when I talk about the more mountainous regions of eastern Kentucky, which is much of it, there is a twinkle in my eye. There is a certain gleam in my eye and a certain, pep in my step, because while I did not grow up here, I grew up in an area very reminiscent of this, with rivers and mountains and highways cut through the passes and the rock. I mean, I'll tell you, the people, the values, the Judeo-Christian principles upon which the communities and the businesses were founded, all of this reminds me so much of home. I shared with some of you that were at the initial announcement down the road at the McConnell House some time back. A little story that I'll share with you again. I was reminded of it as I came through the crossroads just back there by that house. Just a little bit off to the, slightly to the north and west of that crossroads is a place where 2 roads cross one another. It's a little place called Lynn, Kentucky. Perhaps some of you are from Lynn. I don't know. It's not. Someone in the back is from Lynn. It's not a big place. It really isn't. I'll tell you, it's amazing. I didn't grow up in Kentucky. I grew up in a rural mountainous area in a different part of our country, in northeastern, very northernmost part of New Hampshire, up near the Canadian border. My second grade teacher, who truly was my favorite teacher, and everybody has a favorite teacher, somebody who just transformed their life in some way. Her name was Mrs. Blevins. And Mrs. Blevins, who was my second grade teacher in northern New Hampshire when I was a little kid from a nearby town, because we didn't have a school of our own, was from Lynn, Kentucky. Go figure. I mean, what a small, small world it truly is. How blessed we are. I've said that word often, and I mean it in the fullest and truest sense of it. How blessed we are to be Kentuckians, to be Americans, to be free and to be represented by a flag as beautiful as the one that flies over our head. We are so blessed indeed. We really are. And this is why this is exciting to me. And we have so many folks here, elected folks and others. I was a little nervous, I'll be honest. I got here late and I apologize. But as I was coming up, I can tell you right now, if any of you have a health issue, there is someone here to take care of you. We've got every emergency vehicle in a multi-county area, including, I think, most of the ambulances. I didn't know if that was a warning sign of some sort as I came up, but to all of those of you who put those uniforms on every day, thank you, because you're part of the fabric of this community as well. Those of you who are taking care of us, truly appreciate it. The firemen and the policemen and the EMS folks. This is a family, and we are a family, and we are Kentucky. And I say that often, and I say it with pride, and this is why I say it. You are why I say it. The we is us. It's every single one of you. It's all the people who've been mentioned, all the people who haven't been mentioned. It's the people who did every single thing, from printing these signs to gathering these flowers to putting these ferns here to laying down this gravel to make sure that the wet ground didn't suck people in. All of this. These are the kind of things that we take for granted. But every single balloon and every streamer on it, somebody, every chair that was put out, that's what family does. Most of the people that did these things are anonymous to us. I don't know who they are. Most of you don't know who they are. Most of us, even when they're broken down and all put away, won't know who they are. But to those of you who it is, thank you. And we owe you a debt of applause. We really do. Thank you. Matt mentioned as well, and Craig mentioned as well, the conversations that we've had with people, and we have gone around with some others as well. People like Tim, people like Chuck Sexton. There's others who represent this area economically. I remember the first time I met Tim, and we've had good conversation about it. I said what a lot of people say about my passion for this area, my belief that the upside potential was great. I don't think he fully believed me. I hope I'm starting to sink in, but I'll tell you this. What an ally you have. I mean, you have got a champion for you. And when I sit in meetings with him and with Matt and with Chuck and with Craig, and we sit across the table from CEOs all over the world, and we've done it. We've done it in this country, and we've done it in other countries. And when we sit down and we tell people about what we have here and how magical it is, how extraordinary it is. I just flew in here a moment ago. I've been doing a similar kind of announcements all over the state today. And when I came in here just a bit ago, just the view of the river, the major rail yard, the highway system, the beautiful mountains, the little village streets that are laid out, all of it, it's just magical. And when people come here for the first time, they are blown away. They are upside surprised. And indeed, it's true. It's Craig's vision for this community does go far beyond just this one company. And it will be the most fantastic one building under roof that has existed anywhere in this region ever. But I'll tell you what, it is just the beginning. Because those conversations that we have with people, they are about coming here. Because logistics matter and supply chain matters and time to market matters. All these things matter. We have an abundance of all the things, including an incredible workforce that is hungry to work. This is what the world is begging for. They're begging for it. And we have it in abundance. So it's easy to sell it. It really is. And I'm telling you, there's something a little contagious about it, because we get fired up and we start talking in meetings that we have been promised 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, go 20 and 30 and 45 minutes and an hour, and people want to schedule follow-up meetings. And that's the beauty of what we have here. It truly is. This is what we're hearing here, the sounds around us. This is what hope sounds like. What we smell, the smells in the air of earth and of just new turned dirt and all of this. This is what hope smells like. The feeling that we have, the enthusiasm, the joy that's in our hearts, the thing that brings all of us from all the places we might have been to be here in this moment at this time. This is what hope feels like. What we see around us with equipment and freshly turned dirt and all the things we've described and the people and the flags flying in the breeze. This is what hope looks like. Hope is a powerful, powerful thing. Hope is what changes everything. I will close with this. I came to Ashland for the first time that I remember. I might have come through the area, but it's not an area you wander through typically, unless you've come here or are heading through it intentionally going somewhere else. The first time I remember coming here was some years ago, and it was actually in the wintertime. And the thing that I was struck by is that even though this community was even then down on its luck relative to where it has historically been, and there was a sense of kind of malaise to a degree that happens when a community suffers economically. The thing that amazed me that truly moved me and struck me, and is one of the reasons why I do represent this community with such passion and conviction, is that you would not have known it at first glance. The main street was beautifully decorated. The park was beautifully decorated, was lit up with an unbelievable display. You know that display because some of you are responsible for putting it up every year. But I've seen other communities in America because I've traveled a lot through the years with jobs that I've had. And I've seen other communities that had been hit by similar kicks in the knees, that fell to their knees and then sat down. And this was not a community that did that. This was a community that always stood firm. And while it may have wobbled a little, it didn't let on that it had even been hurt. It decorated and it took pride. And even the buildings downtown that were vacant didn't look vacant. Somebody took the time to put something attractive in the window. These are the kind of things that are not normal. You should feel good about that. It is that innate pride and that sense of family and that sense of community. That is exactly why Braidy Industries is here. You sold Craig Bouchard on this. You sold his team on this. You should take pride in the fact that you are a proud community. And the people, as was noted, will come not only from this county and the next county, they'll come from across the river, and that's all okay. This whole community is now going to be the heartbeat of the vision that was just alluded to by Blaine. My passion to make Kentucky the absolute epicenter of engineering and manufacturing excellence in America. It will happen. It's already well underway. We're doing it in conjunction with our education. Our higher education folks, starting with our technical colleges, our four-year universities, etc. This is going to be that epicenter. In the heart of it is companies exactly like this. And those people that we talk to around the world, they are coming and they will come. And we are talking to some that, frankly, if they were to come to fruition, are larger even than this opportunity. And we know how big this is. They're going to come here because Braidy Industries put a stake in the ground. And the roots will grow deep. And the flowers that will come up are going to be enjoyed by generations to come. They are. They're going to be. But as was noted, it's a group effort. It isn't just going to happen. We're not going to just sit back and watch the garden grow. There's a lot of work. There's fertilizing, there's tilling, there's hoeing, there's irrigating, there's thinning, there's weeding, there's waiting, there's all that. And it will happen in the months and the years ahead. But you watch this community go. You watch this corner of our state go. You watch Kentucky go. We are Kentucky. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor Bevin. The Braidy team is honored to be here in Kentucky. I also want to take a special moment to thank all of the sponsors who made today and later on tonight possible. Now, for the big moment, will our special guests please join Governor Bevin and Craig to come over to my right and break ground.